the whole press conference, it really irritated me.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he came out that situation with his life.
Yeah, but then it also plays into like the whole I don't want to say the propaganda plot, you know what I'm saying, but the image that the media puts out to us, and you know they keep feeding certain things and images to us, so it's like they flood us with the negative images and stuff, and so then now it's like the whole press conference with the guys, so you can further drill into us.
Yeah, how we should feel. Yeah, influencing the sentiment.
You know, something else I saw on social media today, because I see where we're going. We're doing race on social media, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. But I saw the young lady who I'm pretty sure we all admire in Baltimore, that state's attorney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the sister.
And I'm pretty sure she done locked away some black brothers and did all that. But she did go a little bit hard, right? And then to find out her husband was actually one of those protesters out there too. Did you know that?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. So what happened?
The state's
something
attorney,
current from Baltimore. You're talking about?
The judge today or yesterday just allowed the cops who got off for killing Freddie Gray to sue her. The state's attorney.
Hold on. The state's attorney
is being sued by the policeman that she tried for malicious.
How is that possible?
For malicious.
Or not how, why?
What's the word for malicious? Whatever, indictment or some shit.
Yeah, we know.
How is that malicious?
The judge has allowed the cops to sue her.
So they get a free murder. They get to keep their jobs in. They get to cash out.
You can cash out, sue, or punish the person and say, "Don't ever even try."
But that just highlights the double standard. But getting back to my point, as far as like, okay, they generated all this finance for this kid. You know, my message is this. You know, it was a couple images that made the rounds on social media last year. You know, what about that brother that was hung by a fucking tree down in Georgia? You know what I'm saying? What type of finance was raised for his family? You know, did they help contribute to his burial? Did they investigate the situation at all?
But I think that's us not using social media properly.
And that's another thing is
got swept under the rug.
White people look out for white people. Yeah. Black people don't always look out for black people.
No, we argue amongst each other.
There's so much divisiveness.
They're using social media to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? For some reason, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Same like you was talking about when you came in, you branding yourself to media, you realize that, no, they're not trying to fuck with me here.
No.
That's not what they doing here. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Same way I was telling you earlier about, like, if I try to post a podcast, and like, I have to be careful. I learned off my other businesses that if you try to, like, promote something, they figuring out that you're trying to gain something, they done with it. They're not fucking with that.
So let me ask a question. Okay, I'm gonna say in terms of Dante, just throwing it out here. Because you know you try to brand yourself or whatever and get people to buy into your brand and listen to your music and whatever. Does it ever come a point in time where it's just like people just may not like it? And is that ever taken into consideration?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, for instance, even with the podcast, could it just be like they are just not interested in that?
No questions about it. But that's where, character flaws come into play. I would much rather...
You say that?
I would rather, somebody express that thought. Because that type of feedback, it actually motivates you, it drives you, and you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I can, I had this conversation with one of my closest cousins. You know what I'm saying? We had this direct convo, and I'm like, I'm okay with somebody saying, Dante, you my man. I rock with you the long way. Your music just ain't my thing. I don't fuck with it like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not to disparage you or whatever. I wish you success in all you do, but that's just not my cup of tea.
Right.
Anything you do, it ain't for everybody. So I never take that part of it personal. But if it's the people that be pump faking like they rock with you, you know what I'm saying? Because that, social media, it's a lot of dick riding going on. And people jump on waves and trends or or if they see certain things moving in the direction, you know, with black people, we some show me type motherfuckers. We got to see that the move already in play.
And then they're gonna jump
and you know what I'm saying? Then I get with you. Yeah, I seen your name on a couple pluggers, or you know, I seen this, that, and the third. I heard your song on the radio. Now I'm finna rock with you.
Oh, no, that's different. You sold it to radio.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Now.
Right, and I'm like, where my grassroots?
Always, I know him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, where my grassroots people at? You know, because for me, the only reason I take that personal to answer your question is because I overextend myself to support so many people move.
And
Even
it's
not reciprocated. I'm like, even if I ain't necessarily a fan of what you do, if I know you, if I'm affiliated with you, and you trying to push that demonstration, I don't care what it is. You know, as long as it's not bringing harm to anybody, then I'm gonna get behind it with everything that's in me.
I kind of feel a different kind of way about that. Like, I will support people initially, but if I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna continue to support it. Why should I continue to pour my resources or dollars or whatever into whatever it is? You know what I'm saying? Because like I have like a lot of friends, like comedians that's friends.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
With comedians, you seen one set, you seen 10 sets. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just keep going to your comedy shows and keep spending my money.
No,
or if I go to your comedy shows and I don't feel like you're funny, I'm still supposed to go to your shows because you're my friend.
Comedy would be a little bit different.
I'm just using that.
That's
but
real talk.
But
comedy,
music,
they're practicing with you.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying it can be music. It can be like, you know, people selling stuff. If the quality is not good because you're my friend, I'm still supposed to purchase it.
No.
Baking, you know, everybody got their hustle, but it's just like, at what point am I not obligated to continue to support because I really truly don't like the product?
Right. I mean, when it comes to a product that's a matter of taste or preference, then no questions about it. And you got every right, and that's at your discretion. What I do in that instance, like I say, there are people who I'm not necessarily a fan of what it is they do, but say it's some type of promotion or correspondence or anything, you know, I'll at least pass on your plug. You got a show tonight, I'll put that shit in somebody's hand. I ain't necessarily got it.
I ain't endorsing it.
No, I'm saying I ain't got a cosign on it. But I can at least put it in somebody's hand. No, I'm saying it could be a stranger. I ain't finna push on somebody I know, like, hey, check out my man, or whatever the case may be. But okay, let's say the baking and cooking. You know, we got a couple people that we know that's breaking off into entrepreneurial endeavors when it comes to catering and you know, things of that nature. And say you might not be a fan of their cooking. You know, it's one thing if you got sick behind the shit when you patronize them, but otherwise, you know what I'm saying, then that's a whole other joint. But if it was just something, you know, you patronized them and then, you know, it wasn't what you thought it was gonna be, or you wasn't satisfied with it. I might not give you a ringing endorsement and just pump your shit, but you know.
But you still may refer them to someone.
Yeah, because maybe that might have been a bad. No, I mean,
I'm not gonna do it.
Because I'm writing a couple things down here. One of these things, what does a share mean?
It means a lot.
If I share your product, I'm co-signing. Am I saying that I stand behind this?
Well,
to me, that's what it means.
To me, that's
what it means.
Yeah.
For instance, like, if I go to, we have a classmate right now who's baking, right? And
3.
Well, the one that I'm talking about, she's really good and she has a good product.
Okay.
But if her product was dry or stale, I would not promote her. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not good. So you'll give her that feedback.
I would.
So initially,
right?
See if she correct it.
So
would you give her one chance to correct it?
Right. I'm gonna give you a chance to correct it.
So what happens is initially she creates a page.
Yeah.
To her product.
I can't endorse that.
She invites you. You like it, right?
But I'm gonna unfollow.
So you join.
I'm gonna unfollow. Like I'm not following your page. No, I'm just
when they first drop, everybody with the move. Oh, you doing it now? Okay,
like I'm gonna check you out, and it can go one of 2 ways. I'm gonna check you out. It's good or it's not.
I'm hyped. I just dropped. And are y'all fucking with me? Tomorrow, I got something else for y'all niggas. I come back tomorrow like, check my shit out. 50% drop. 50% drop.
You're doing too much.
Right.
You're doing too much.
50% drop immediately. I'm done.
You can be an overkill.
I've done about 5 endeavors online.
It's all about
like
timing, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because because honestly, when I see people that's constantly posting, guess what happens? They get unfollowed. Like, I don't want to constantly see that in my timeline.
But I tested. Me myself like podcasting wise, just currently, like today, with in 2 days, I posted the episode 7. 100 views approximately on both days when I was actively posting it. When I did not post it today, I didn't social media that hard today, not as far as anything personal. I actually posted somebody else's podcast, you know, I listened to that I like. 1 view.
Well, guess what? There's a short attention span.
Right. But I'm saying I didn't promote it. I didn't keep it going.
I mean, it is, but I feel like it is also about time. And like, for instance, say for instance, I want to have a conversation, or there's a topic that I want to debate on Facebook. I'm not gonna post anything else because I want the focus to be on what I'm selling at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even with what you said, you didn't promote what you're doing, but you promoted something else. But if they don't see it, then it's like out of sight, out of mind, especially on social media.
Right. And it was definitely that. You know what I'm saying? So those 100 views, I feel like but the views are currency for me, right? In my mind, this is what I'm trying to build up, and I want to continue that. So, or it be plays or whatever it is. The moment that I didn't just put it in their face and say, hey, then at the same time I'm running the risk of oversaturating. You know what I'm saying? So what do I do? That's why we had free time right here. I said tonight I just said, you know what? Let me drop something into one of these pages right here and let's see what happened with that. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep this going, because I see if I don't say, hey, look at me. Come here, listen to this.